Students, I am going to do an on-shape video for the shaft support. So here we go. Share my screen. Get rid of that and go into on-shape. I decided to jump down in my way. Okay, I'm not going to name mine because I've done it before. So I'm going to delete this drawing after we're finished. But shaft support is what you should call it. It is on page 6-23 of your handout. All right, so I'm going to okay that. It opens up a new document, and we're looking at the shaft support, deciding, okay, what am I going to draw first? What sketches first? How many sketches will I need? And how am I going to use the XYZ point? So I'm looking at it. I'm going to start on the top plane and draw the base, which is the horizontal part, and then the vertical part next. So let's go to sketch. Let's pick our top plane. Let's view our top plane. And let's get started. So got a kind of an irregular shaped base. It's got, it's symmetrical. So let's draw half of it and mirror the other half. So here we go. I'm going to start out with a couple, I'm going to draw a line first to find from the center of the object to the centers of the arc and circle, and D for dimension. And the book tells me, ooh, this is metric. Back up. I should have checked first, right? I'm going to go back, and we are going to change our units, if I can remember how. Yeah, the three lines there, document properties. That's not right. Try again. Three lines. There we go. Workspace units. And we need this to be in millimeters. Now we're ready, and check mark. Okay, try again. L for line. Pick our center point. Why are you fighting me? Okay, I canceled my sketch. Sorry, guys, getting kind of a rough start here, aren't we? Sketch one. I'm going to go to my ISO view so I can pick the top plane. And then I'm going to the top plane, and we're ready to draw. We're off and running. L for line, or pick it from the menu. I draw an arbitrary length, and then D for dimension. And we said it's half of 100 millimeters is 50. And that's our center point for our circle and arc. So I'm going to draw them both as circles. So small circle and big circle, and D for dimension. Small circle is going to be 15 millimeters diameter. And the arc, or big circle, what's it tell us? It says it's a radius, so we got to double that. So 22 times 2 is 44, right? So we want that one to be 44 millimeters. Okay. Then we've also, I'm going to draw a circle from this center point because we've got a rounded part there, and it tells me that it's a 40 radius, so we need 80 for diameter. So let's place that, D for dimension, and we need it to be 80. Oops, I didn't get it, did I? Oh, yeah, I did. It was just lagging. Now I need a tangent line, right, to these two circles. So let's go use our constraints over here, this down arrow. There's tangent. I'm going to draw, tell you what, let's escape that. I'm going to just draw a line out in space here, and I'm going to draw it nice and long, and we'll trim it. I'm just wanting to show you how to do the tangent here. So once again, I'm on tangent. I believe I picked the circle, then the line, and see how it brought it tangent, but it's not tangent to the smaller one. So let's go circle and line. And there it is, perfectly tangent. Isn't that awesome? Now, I'm ready to do some trimming, right? Let's do a M is the quick key for trim. I need to trim that part. I need to trim this part. Now, I need to mirror that across, and then I can get rid of the parts of the circles I don't need, right? So let's go to the mirror command right there. I'm going to pick my horizontal line so I can then mirror this across. Now I should be able to do my M for trim, and I'm getting rid of the parts of the circles that I don't need anymore. Offset and mirror are some of my favorite commands in Onshape. Don't need this, right? Or this. And we can now mirror horizontally, but we need a vertical line first. So let's do an L for line, and let's draw a line this way. This is our mirror line. That's all we're using it for. Back to the mirror command, and we pick our mirror line, and we mirror across our circle, our arc, our tangent lines. Isn't that wonderful and amazing? Now M for trim, and let's get rid of this part. I think we're ready to extrude, aren't we? So let's finish our sketch. Let's go ISO, and let's extrude. And how thick is it? Looks like 18 millimeters. So let's do that. Highlight it, 18, enter. There we go. Now we're ready for our second sketch, aren't we? Let's go rotate this around here. I'm back to ISO view so I can see my planes. And it's obvious we need to be on the right plane for this next sketch. Let's check mark for our extrusion. And let's go to sketch. I'm going to right plane. I'm going to look at the right plane, and we're ready to draw this next part. So I'm going L for line, and I know that it is measuring from, looks like the top of the surface. So I need to go up 18 millimeters, right? So I'm going to draw this line arbitrary length, D for dimension, and I'm going to dimension it to 18. And that will give me a point now that I can draw from. L for line again. And I'm going up to find my center point for my circle and arc. So let's go C for circle. Oops, and yeah, I need to dimension that line first, don't I? So D for dimension, and we know that this line should be 58 millimeters. Okay, got ahead of myself, didn't I? I'm going to escape, and I'm going to delete this circle. All right, and now C for circle again. I need it to be off of this center point. Okay, and now I can dimension the two circles. D for dimension. Let's pick that one, and it is 30 diameter millimeter. Okay, and this one, you see it? It's 46. All right, now we need a tangent line from there to our base. I'm going to do L for line, and I need to come out how far? Okay, arbitrary length, right? D for dimension, pick on my line. And I know that has to be half of 67. So that'd be what? 33.5? 33.5, I believe. Check my math. Yep, 33.5. And I return. There's my point that I need a line to go tangent to the top surface, and then we can mirror the other side, right? Am I getting ahead of myself? I probably am, because I need to extrude the top a different distance. I hadn't thought about that till just now. I'm going to stop there and extrude this part because it's a different thickness, isn't it? So let's finish our sketch here. And let's go to our ISO view. Let's extrude this part. Okay, and we want it to be symmetric. And how many millimeters? Do you see it? Looks like, boy, that's a hard one to read. I think it's 40. Let's try it, see what it looks like. All right, we're gonna say it's 40. Close enough. My copy is not very good. Okay, and we finished that extrusion. Now we need another sketch for the rib in the middle, don't we? Okay, so we're ready to, I'm gonna go back to my ISO view. I'm gonna go back to sketch. I'm gonna pick the right plane again. I'm gonna look at the right plane. We're ready to draw our rib. So L for line, right? And I'm going from here again, up an arbitrary length, D for dimension. And we said earlier that this needed to be the thickness of our base, which is 18, to give us our point to draw from. From that point, L for line again, we're coming out to find this intersection. So I need to get my parallel symbol there, and D for dimension. And we said this was half of 67, which is 33.5. Okay, and now it's got to go tangent to our circle. Okay, so L for line, we pick on our point, and I'm going to draw it out here past my circle. Okay, and now let's see if tangent will work. I'm going to go tangent. I'm going to pick the arc first, and then the line. It did. Let's do an M for trim. Oops, it didn't. It's saying it's trying to trim the whole line, right? So that's not very nice. Okay, I'm going to show you a little trick. I'm going to do an L for line, and I'm going to draw a line. I'm zooming in here. I'm going to draw at the closest point I can pick tangent. So I'm drawing across here. Okay, looks pretty darn good to me. And now let's do an M for trim. And we got it. Okay, so I should be able to mirror that. Let's try it. I've got a mirror line here, so let's do it. Mirror. This is my mirror line, and this is my mirror object, and there it is. Now we need to draw a circle to shade this in, right? It's not shaded, so we can't extrude it yet. So let's go to a circle. I'm going to pick on, oh boy, it's not giving me that point, so I need to do L for line, don't I? L for line, and we're coming up to the center. I'm going to go past it so I can then do a D for dimension. And what is that center point? 58, it says. All right, now we should go to C for circle, or pick it. And I need this, both circles, I guess. And I'll make them big so I can then dimension them correctly. And a small one in here that I can see. Now let's dimension them the same as before. So D for dimension. I need this to be 46. I need this one to be 30. Okay, now see how it shaded it in, but it didn't shade my other side in. I'm going to do L for line and make sure I've got a line from corner to corner. And now it's shaded in. I finish my sketch, and I'm going to ISO view, and I am going to now extrude that part symmetrically, and it's going to be how thick? It says 18. So 18, and did I get symmetric? Got to pick on symmetric, and I've got it. We are finished. Okay, So I'm going to leave you there, students. Put it in the title block, add your center lines, hidden lines, dimensions, and then convert it to a PDF, and you are good to go. I'm going to stop my share.